Well, that's what makes it scary about places like Brazil is if they want to, then they'll just shoot you.
Oh yeah, down there, yeah, for sure. But the thing is,
the police want to enforce something if people don't listen.
Well,
like
people there,
everybody, you see all the riots, even in America, which is so violent. You see all the riots and everyone getting all yelling and throwing stuff at the police. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Like in Brazil, like it's kind of like the hillbilly law. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't mess around. But down there, apparently, they are not enforcing anything. Like, everyone that I talk to, they're from down there, they say that people don't even care. They're going out partying. They're going out.
No, like my cousins there, like, at first, people were scared because they didn't know what was going on. But then they realized this and that. And I see pictures all the time. They're going out to the clubs, having drinks, partying. Like,
oh, yeah, like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. No pandemic is going on, and
that's the Brazilian mentality.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Be scared? Just
yeah. That's the
thing. You're gonna be scared? What? Stay in the house? Fuck that.
Yeah, down there, like people, and you know what? Like one side of the coin, like why be so scared of it? Like if you're gonna get it, you get it, and you get over it, and you get better. It's kind of like the flu. Like,
right.
I know
Unless
some people
got a problem to be worried about, but then the same people have the problem. Like my dad, he's now, at first he wasn't, but now he's like, oh, I'm old and I don't want to go around people, but I think he's using it as an excuse to not see people.
Yeah.
But I said to him, if you're worried about COVID killing you, you should be worried about the flu killing you too, because you're old.
Yeah.
Same shit, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely controversial. Like I had my 30-year-old, no, he was 33, passed away from COVID. Yeah, it was in the beginning of the year. He had two little twin daughters, and he got sick, and he got his mother sick, and she was older too. But she made it. She survived, but he didn't. Like, they said he was better from COVID, but his lung was too compromised that he couldn't. He had organ failure, and that was horrible. I guess they were just in the beginning of figuring it out what that was. So I don't know. That was sad. Yeah, and he was so young too. Like you would think that people would have more, they could be more resilient to it.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, hopefully they find the cure soon, and hopefully it's not just the whole conspiracy theory that everybody's talking about. But well, I don't know. I believe in a lot of things because I don't watch TV, and I just do research, but not like I go deep on the dark web and find a bunch of stuff that it's not exposed to the public.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that are not just conspiracy.
No, for sure not.
I think that people should start being accountable for all their shit they've been doing to the human race.
Oh, definitely. I totally agree. There's a lot of things that they seem so far-fetched, so people don't want to accept it because...
Yeah, people think that's just bullshit, but, like, so many evil things out there that scary. Yeah, well, things that I've never... Yeah, I've never even think about.
Music, though, to try and give people a break.
Yeah, that's true. Like that music is like, I guess it's an international. I don't even know what you call it. I don't know. Everybody likes music.
International interest.
Yeah.
Well, it's a part of humanity, right? Like music it's always been. How do I say it? It's an escape for a lot of people. That's why people. This is what I've learned from being a rapper myself is hip hop is funny compared to other genres of music because it's the most competitive, I believe.
Yeah, true.
You know, to the point where people have been killed over rap.
Yeah.
Right? Tupac and Biggie, you know what I mean? Like, it's so competitive that people are competing and there's a lot of ego involved. But what it is I take a lot of how I carry myself from Tupac's advice. Right? And Tupac always said, he said, you want to make it in this game, he said, don't rap for the niggas, you gotta rap for the bitches.
Yeah.
And I took that in my heart and I said, you know what, he's right. As a man, as a heterosexual man, why should I ever care what other men think about me?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
As long as my mom when she was alive, or my daughter, or my fiance, or my sister, or my aunts, or the women in my life are the only people that I'm living my life to impress them.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? I don't care what other men. And here's the problem with a lot of rap. Most rappers, especially the independent guys coming up, they want approval from the other rappers.
Yeah, I guess
They're always very concerned about who's dope, I'm dope, or this guy likes me. So you'll see it in social media.
Yeah,
they all want
I
to
noticed
follow
that.
their followers. They go and they follow every other rapper. I get it, and I actually went through my Instagram or my Facebook one time and I started deleting all the people that were rappers that weren't working with.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They don't make the best fans. They don't make the best supporters.
Yeah, it's not even like I don't rap. Like I'm not in the music industry at all. But just as the outsider, like I've noticed that too. It's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, and it's a thing, right? And these guys, and so when I first started in this generation and I had my youth program, I was working with the young boys, I would always tell people that as part of my guidance. I said, first thing, don't worry what these other rappers are going to think about your music, or if they approve it, or if they like it. And here's a perfect example. My last official release, was in 2012. I put out a solo album called Ascension.
Okay.
And it was a pretty big album. I had Snoop Dogg on it, had Dub C from West Side Connection. I collaborated with a bunch of other people in Canada that were, all on their way up.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I really focused on my studio, my business, my engineering, and I don't know if I've said anything publicly that we published before, but I'm okay with saying it now.
Okay.
I was so disgusted with how the rap scene had become.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like the big guys at the top. I mean everybody else that was creating this mid-range, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, in my opinion, I look even in Canada, we have 35 million people here. The chances are that 1 million of them are into hip-hop, maybe.
Yeah.
That are like, you know what I mean? Like actually buying it or will pay some sort of money at least one time throughout the year that goes towards hip-hop.
Yeah. Well, if they
Drake
are.
made it big because he blew up in America. Classified is probably next. Now Mercules is one of the biggest Canadian rappers, but Classified did great for himself. And
I believe that Tom McDonald too. He's doing pretty good. Eh?
Tom is good, but he's gone down to the States to make it big, right?
Yeah.
And that's always been the thing that I think Canadians don't realize is that, like, even though we are our own country, when it comes to entertainment, we are one country.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at sports, well, we have Canadian sports teams that play in American sports leagues.
Mm-hmm.
So we're connected to them. We're in the same league.
Yeah.
So music, I find, is the same. Acting is the same. Hollywood is the same. When you're in North America and you want to be in arts or in arts entertainment or sports entertainment, we are all in the same league.
Mm-hmm.
However, American people that make up the majority of the consumers, they don't respect Canada. Right? American guys are like, oh, you're from Canada, but it's changing a little bit thanks to guys like Mercules. People are becoming more familiar with, like, Drake. Drake doesn't really rep Canada a lot in his music per se. Like, a lot of rappers don't realize that he's actually Canadian, or a lot of fans, I should say, in America.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? He does do a lot of stuff with the Raptors and all of that, but same thing. It's in the same league as the Americans, so it's a different perception. But it's, there's not a lot of people here, and I just got really frustrated because I'm trying to word myself properly here. I get misquoted. There's a huge circle jerk that's gone on in Canadian hip-hop of a bunch of rappers making other rappers feel like they're bigger than they really are. I've seen comments online about, I'm the best rapper there is. It's like some guy from Vancouver, and I was like, come on, man. Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, is a perfect example, and I love Nipsey Hussle for this reason. I've always been really big into West Coast, California, gangster rap music and stuff like that. And so I was following Nipsey Hussle right from when he first came out. Nipsey Hussle, before anyone in Canada even knew his name, had already acquired a couple million fans just in the state of California alone.
Wow.
There's 45 million people there. This guy's selling 1 million records, not even leaving the state.
Yeah.
How can our entire country compare with one state of America?
That's true.
How can people in Canada say, I'm the best there is, when this guy you don't even know about yet is selling way more records than you ever will your entire life?
That's true. Well, I guess
it's all perception, right? Of the reality of our lives. And I guess what happened was I didn't want to put out rap music for a while. I didn't want to work on albums. I didn't want to be a part of it all. Like, I felt there was just like a lot of social media is. It can be a real bad placebo for the ego. It's
right.
really making people, but it can also be a beautiful tool, and it can be a great thing, and it's amazing how we can connect with people all over the world. I've actually got on songs with people in Brazil, which I probably wouldn't have been able to do that without the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and then you have to step back and realize, okay, get back on track, let the children play their little game, and just go do your own thing.
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do. Really. Yeah, I find
the break that I took, it took me a while to get back and get refocused onto it. But like, honestly, now that the album has come out, I kind of kicked myself in the ass, and I was like, oh man, I should have been doing this more often.
Yeah, well, the thing is you took the time to actually work on yourself, right?
Yeah,
that's important.
And I never stopped rapping the whole time. I think I've now written and recorded close to almost 2,000 songs.
Wow.
So, and I mean, that's the benefit of having your own studio, right? So,
yeah.
Pay for studio time.
Yeah, that's good.
But I always stay active with it, and it's like therapy for me. Like people writing in a journal, I would just help out after work or after my clients would be.
Do you mix your own beat? Yeah, you mix your own beat, right?
No, I do. That's the only thing I don't do is I don't do beat production. I do all the engineering though, mixing, mastering, recording. I can do the production as far as like arrangement and stuff like that, but like I don't make beats.
Oh, do you play any instruments or?
A little bit of bidding bow.
Oh, bidding bow. That's good.
No, I've never. I didn't really grow up with the idea than just the natural way Brazilian people are with music.
Yeah.
I didn't really grow up with a very artistic household.
So have you ever been down there when it's Carnival?
No.
Season? No. Oh man, you have to. It's kind of like one thing every Brazilian has to experience.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. The closest I've had to that would be during the World Cup. Last time Brazil won the World Cup, which was 2002 now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I was in Vancouver, and the party that happened in the streets, that was the closest thing that I ever got.
You think that like in the times 100?
Yes,
how
I can only imagine, right? It's like 5 days of just
well, like
partying.
the last Carnival, like my last Carnival was 7 days straight, no
7
sleep.
days?
Yeah, no
it's
sleep.
It's crazy how much Carnival's grown too, because it used to be only 3 days, and it was 5, now it's a whole week.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, you know what, like everything closes, like government buildings shut down, banks shut down, everything is just, everybody's either hungover or getting ready go out.
Yeah, I really like. I hope one day I can go with my fiance, actually my wife by that time.
Yeah, she'll probably really enjoy that.
She really likes to go to like Shambhala and like festivals and things like that.
Oh, she will love it then.
I mean, I can't vouch for it because I haven't done it myself. It's just my knowledge of it. But I always tell her, I'm like, "Oh, you like the party? Like,
down there,
the biggest party on planet Earth. Like,
yeah,
nothing
it is.
bigger than it."
And especially like I don't know, my hometown. Like my brother, he's a musician, right? Like he plays a band down there. He's got a band, and he's also a jiu-jitsu black belt teacher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
my dad too. My dad too. Is third degree.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, he's been teaching. He's been teaching since like really young. Like he taught himself how to play instruments like cavaco and guitar and all that kind of stuff. Like, and I don't know. I grew up in the middle of. I guess my dad used to like write songs too, like when he was not for a living, but like just for himself, I guess.
He was just into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to sing with him when I was younger, but that was like many years ago. But yeah, it was like always so much fun down there. It's a different culture for sure. Like I find the Canadians are like great people, but I don't know. It's just there. It's not like as a welcoming. Like,
yes, I know what you're trying to say, and it's hard because like if you have that conversation with somebody from Canada, it's so hard to not offend them by saying that.
Not trying to offend.
I love growing up in Canada. I love the fact that I lived here, and I've met obviously I love my fiance, and I've met great people. But there is once they experience, like I don't have a big family, and I always wish I could show that to her, right? Like, hey, like come in and spend some time at like a family dinner or be around a house with 30 Brazilians in it. You really get to see the difference in culture and the way people are.
Yeah, like it was so tight and
just so friendly and happy, and everybody wants to dance and talk loud and drink and just, you know, and
being goofy and make people laugh.
You know, like every party I ever had or dinner or function that was with Brazilians, it was all the way from newborn baby to 90-year-old grandma.
Everybody on the mixing.
For the kids, tuck the kids away in the room. Everyone just drinking, partying, dancing,
yeah, that's true.
And
that's totally true.
you know, we didn't have a lot of Brazilians. My parents tried to. They mingled a lot with the rest of the Latino community. We had a lot of friends from like El Salvador and
they're also fun, like fun to hang out with too. Like some of those the Spanish people speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a.
So that was a lot of my early exposure, I think, to. You know, I look at like my parents, like, oh, how did you end up doing music and this and that? We didn't do anything for that. And I said, well, you did because you guys used to throw parties, right? It was the same thing to me that later on I became a show promoter and putting on events, bringing people together, having a good time. I'm like, you taught me that as a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
How to host and how to, you know, have fun and have good energy, right? And all of that, I think, comes out in my music. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, there's the last album that you and Confidential did, the music, what is it again? Break Shit?
Yeah.
I really like that music. I don't know whether it's kind of like you're just venting a little bit, but...
Yes. Yeah, surprisingly enough, it seems to be one of the more popular ones. A lot of people really like Break Shit.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I think because at the end of the day, it's an expression of like... This is the problem with hip-hop is people want it to be too literal. And even if you go back to guys like Tupac who would talk about murder or killing or violence, it didn't mean he was out there doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Sometimes music needs to be an expression and the listener needs to know when and where it is an actual thing. And I think the song like Break Shit is great because we all feel that way.
Yeah, maybe especially now on this pandemic season.
You just want to break something. Even though that's wrong and destructive. It would probably feel pretty good to just smash a coffee cup but not have to clean it up. You know,
yeah, that's
right?
true.
And in a way, as aggressive as that song is, what I thought is great about it, it's not necessarily means you want to go break somebody's face. You just want to break something.
Yeah. Yeah, just get the frustration out.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's great. Like, congratulations on that album. I had a lot of good feedback on, like, everyone that I mentioned to you, they listened and everybody likes it.
Awesome.
They love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely like we had a feeling it was going to do okay. I had no idea it was going to do as good as it's doing.
Yeah, and the one thing that
it's crazy for me, and it's like I'm sitting here every day looking at my like Spotify for Artists app, and like I'm like, okay, and like I think we just got to like 12,000 streams or whatever, and it hasn't even been 3 weeks yet, so I'm not in competition with anybody else, but just for ourselves, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Confidential pointed out something that he brought to my attention. He said it's not, a lot of people have been putting out good music over the last couple of years, but the amount of support we're getting from people, like verbal expression from people.
Yeah, the comments and
more than what he's noticed. He's like, you only see stuff like that from like Hercules' fan base, or people like that are really, really, really love the guy. And I said, well, I mean, then if we're smart, this is how we build our piece of the pie off of that, right?
Yeah, because you deliver a product, you deliver good music. It's not that it's just some random, like, I've seen there's like some, part of my English, but like really bad music that comes out and people are like all over. And I just don't even understand. Like, how?
That's a part of what I was saying earlier about how I got frustrated and stepped away. And it was, like I said, it's a big circle jerk. There's these people pumping people up, like, oh, this is so awesome, this is amazing. And you feel like you're being a cocky asshole by turning around saying, well, actually, no, it's not very good. But in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I can do way better than this. This is what you guys like?
Yeah, no kidding.
So you gotta find a humble balance unless you want to be an asshole about it. And I think that, like, that's why me and Confidential make a really good team is that we're both very confident men, but we're also very humble artists.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You're never, outside our lyrics and our music, you're never going to see me make a post on social media saying I'm the greatest or I'm the best, or you'll never see me putting down other artists
it's more,
because I'm better.
You get more gratitude from if you hear that from somebody else, right? Thinking that
definitely.
You're the best or whatever. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right, and I've had more than ever in my life, and I've had, it's not much, but I've had about 4 or 5 messages in the last 2 weeks from people I don't know, thanking me, telling me that their life story briefly, how shitty things were, and then they listened to the album, it made them feel better. And,
yeah, that's the whole point, right?
Someone else had said to me about that Break Shit song, they're like, oh man, it's become my new therapy, because every time I'm mad, I put on Break Shit, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's really great.
Hopefully he doesn't start breaking shit, but no.
Yeah, like, just don't break other people's shit, they're gonna cost you money.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's probably make you feel that, your job is, like, it's doing the job that you wanted,
it is.
Making people smile.
It's great that you say that, because for us, I think, Confidential, he got injured in his job, but we both have our day jobs, I guess you could say, right? Mine happens to be music still, but so for us, music wasn't about, oh man, we need to do this to make it big, to make money, to pay the bills. I mean, if we can make money, hey, no one's gonna complain.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of the pressure and the stress away from us in what we're doing. We're comfortable in our personal lives, and it allows us to put out music with kind of a different angle. Like I tell my fiance all the time, I'm like, man, I don't even care about getting famous off this, but like the fact that these handful of people are really being moved by what I did, like that feels amazing. Like,
yeah, it does. Yeah. I have a question though. Like, what do you think that, like, what would you do to change the way that the music industry is, like, actually, like, providing an experience to your fans, rather than just like them buying the music or whatever, or buying this merchandise?
That's a good question. I think when I first started rapping, one of my best friends who got me into it, he said to me, if you ever want to be famous, be nice to everybody. And that always resonated in my mind. And I think, especially when you don't have millions, obviously it's hard for a guy like Eminem, he can't respond to every message he gets. But I think as you're growing, it's really important to take the time to appreciate and acknowledge the fans or support. I hate even calling people fans. I like to call them supporters. Because fans, I feel like I'm putting them underneath my shoe or something.
Yeah.
The supporters is important. You know, if some guy took the time to send you a message and he actually told you his life story and was thanking you, I think it's better you take the time to like at least write at least a sentence back thanking them.
Yeah, for sure.
And what that does is it makes those people feel like they're a part of what you're doing.
Yeah, the experience.
The experience right now, because of COVID, we're faced with a new situation without having to do live shows.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty much where you make the most money is when you're doing the concerts,
doing
right?
shows and tours, selling merch, right? So now we're in the process of building a live stream stage at our studio, so we can have like a professional performance stage, you know, look like a nightclub type thing.
That's good,
so
eh?
that we can start doing, me and Confidential are gonna do our CD release party from there. We're just waiting for our hard copies to come. But
so that album is brand new then, eh?
What's that?
That album is brand new.
Yes.
Oh.
It came out November 19th.
Oh wow. Yeah, we had an interview with him, I believe 2 or 3 months ago, and he was mentioned that he was working on an album, and I'm glad they came out. Yeah, so
that's awesome. It all came full circle. So, but just to finish off your question there, I think we're trying to find new ways to be interactive with our supporters. We're also going to start doing a podcast from the studio, but we want to do things that, like, as much as we can interact with people, even if it's little contests, and it's not just about getting the promotion. You know, people are like, hey, we get 100 shares on this, and we'll give away a free CD or something. We're trying to find ways to make people feel appreciated, and more important, when our new website comes out, we're starting a new type of, I would say it's new because other people have kind of done this before, but it's a type of fan club membership where people can become members, and that's why we're using the campaign, The Invasion. That's why we call the album The Invasion. We want people to join the invasion, right? Like recruiting people for our army for the invasion. And what the global invasion is just our way of having unity. We want to try to unify people across the world, and our new website is igglobal.com, which will be coming out. And now, because of the internet, when I first started rapping, it was all about you rep your hometown, then you rep your area, then you rep your state, then you rep your country. You know what I mean? Like now, you don't have to be a hometown hero anymore.
No.
Our analytics is crazy because we have more fans in Alberta than we do in Nanaimo. So.
Oh, is that right?
Right, so like it's not just about your hometown anymore. We sold more records on iTunes in America than we did in Canada.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, that's good that it's getting out there.
It tells you that the internet has changed the way we can interact with the community out there and start doing different things. You know, I don't know how long this COVID stuff's going to go on, or if this is going to be the new normal, or life's going to be changed forever. Maybe we're going to have to start doing virtual reality concerts where people can put on VR headsets and be in the room. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's one of my my projects actually I've been working on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I develop applications. I work with Microsoft and as a partner, and I've been working on a virtual reality app that's why I started doing. Getting into music a little more, just because I wanted to do not an experiment, but like search the market and find out the potential. And that was before the whole COVID started. I had an idea. I don't know, like I thought of making something in virtual reality and using the 360 cameras and with like screens on, like imagine a stage. And then this, you have the 360 cameras and the screens or whatever TV screens that you can actually interact with your fan, and the fan will feel like they are in the concert. Like, but before COVID, like I had a vision, like, you know, a big concert and everybody there, and then the fans back home would feel like that they would be in the concert with everybody else on the ground, right?
That's a great idea. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, that's what one of my big projects that I've been, like, I have most of the codes, I have like most of the things already built. It's just I need to get like the equipment to do the testing on it, and I don't know, I've been financing it all on my own, so it got really expensive. Got really expensive, so I was like looking into ways that I could get either like a sponsorship or funded for this, because you know, it could, you know, if it did work, it could be big. Like, it could be used in sports or even like teaching, you know.
Yeah, for anything.
Yeah,
really.
Any industry, pretty much. But yeah, that's one of the things that I've been working on, and I see that people started talking about it and developing things like that. But I don't know. I feel like I need to get on the move, because or else somebody else will take that idea from me.
Yeah, I hear that. I've had a lot of ideas that's happened too.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to, like, what I was thinking also is just deliver an experience to your fan, not just the music, but you know, even like the everything that happens on building up, like setting up a concert. You know, you can deliver that as a video, as a bonus to your fan. You know, like the whole day setting everything up and building up to the time of the concert. And you know, there's different ways that you can deliver experience.
Well, and that's just it. It's like you said, and that's part of what we're trying to do with changing our experiences. When we have the website up and we have the membership, we're gonna make it worth it for people.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna do exclusive live streams only for members, or
or even like when you guys are recording.
We're gonna do, like, if we got a new song, because we're already talking about our next project already, because we realized we need to do another one because this one's doing well. Mm-hmm. So we're like, what we can do is do like a private viewing of the new video or a new song, and then have like a Q&A, right, with just us doing like a live stream in the studio.
Yeah, or even
make that worth it for people. And then if people really like you, and then they start realizing that these other people are getting to get a sneak peek, it's going to create more interest. People want to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's true. Or even like when you guys are recording too, like some people would like to see that, watch the recording process.
I'm in the process of also setting up a camera right in my booth so I can live stream, like live recording session.
Yeah, I don't know if have you ever heard of Anita, like the Brazilian singer?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. She made a music video. It was kind of a crazy thing she did. It was on her birthday. She had a music video. It was a live music video recording. Like, she recorded the music live.
Yeah.
And the music video as well. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, and you got basically the whole behind the scenes from the whole everything.
Yeah, but it turned out pretty good, actually, the music video. But you should look into, like, she's got a lot of, she collaborated with a lot of big names, and I believe that she would be one that you would want to.
You mentioned to me before about collabing with her.
No, that's a different. No, that's a different one. Yeah.
Okay. That was like a rapper girl. I think I checked her out. She was pretty good.
Yeah, she's young. She's really young, and she talks about like just the black community. Like, she kind of like empowers black girls to feel better about themselves and things like that. which is
Well,
pretty
with
good.
everything that's gone on in the world, like especially in America, Black Lives Matter, all this and that, people that I always sit there and I go, people don't realize that, like, well, first off, Brazil has the biggest black community outside of Africa.
Yeah, and
it's got way more problems there with the police than America. There's more killings, there's more violence.
And not just only Brazil, like there's like many other countries are worse, right? And people are not. Yeah, people get by.
So that's America for you. Those crybabies. Oh, we're America, we're the best, but our problems are also the worst. So
yeah, no kidding.
It's kind of always been their mentality, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, there's way worse going on out there, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, well, I think we covered off a lot. Even the questions that I had, I think we've already talked about things that I don't need to ask. And I'll
is
add
there
it.
anything else like more specific that you needed any information? I'll introduce you to my cousin, Alex Cruz, since we're like two of the only Brazilian rappers in this country.
Okay.
Me and him have an album that we did. This album's about 5 years old, 6 years old. It was not the last World Cup, but the one before that.
Okay. What was that?
And we have an album called Dos Primos.
Oh.
And he produced the whole thing. It's all sampled from famous Brazilian music. There's some George Bang on there and some classic stuff that we've resampled and remade. It's okay. It's old, so it's like for me as an artist, it's a little bit dated because I feel like my skills just always get better.
Yeah.
But it deserves to come out. We haven't told anyone yet, don't let anyone know, but we are planning on releasing it quietly as a surprise on Christmas Day. It's just like a gift to the
Oh,
supporters.
that's good.
Yeah, just to keep the buzz going with this album with Confidential, it'd be good to have,
Yeah, something else
unfortunately,
just
this
going,
is
yeah.
the era where you gotta put out something new every 2 months.
Yeah, that's true. Like some people used to like have one album every year or so.
I did one every 8 years. I've waited long enough. Now I can release a bunch, but we're gonna do like single releases. But we also have other albums from our circle that we work with in Independent Generation. We have other people putting out albums.
Awesome.
But also my cousin Alex Cruz, I'll get you guys in touch.
Yeah.
He's an amazing producer and a rapper. He's also got another solo album that he's also going to release just in the new year. So
Yeah, for sure.
we have the girl Tiki Way who's singing on the album that you listen to. Her album comes out this month.
She is really good. I really like her.
Yeah,
style, her
definitely.
voice.
Yeah, so she's got an album coming out this month. We've already got 3 music videos that are all been filmed, edited, and done, and are ready to be released.
Awesome.
And then me and my cousin will drop that album as just a little gift on Christmas as a bonus.
Okay.
And then coming in January, I don't know what the date is yet, he'll be dropping his album, and then I will be dropping my solo album, which is a full album, which will have about 15 songs on it. So
Okay, good. I can't wait for
that's
that.
done too. That's all. Everything's done.
No, I was just waiting. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Like,
waiting for the right time. So.
yeah, just let me know. I'll help you advertise as much as I can.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking the time, and also thank you for being patient and waiting.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for,
so.
Thank you for participating.
Awesome. Okay, well, sounds good, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, good. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.